Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So as I said in my shorts, I would do a tutorial if the short got 50 likes, and it did. You guys absolutely smashed it. Thank you so much. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is obviously go onto Roblox, and then you're gonna type in catalog avatar creator. Once it comes up, choose the first one and join the game. Then get the avatar that you want. Do not join a public server. Instead, join a private server if you want your car to work properly. Then go over to a part of the map away from the checkpoint, player, and then choose green screen, pink screen, or blue screen. I personally chose green screen. Then you're going to click on the pose editor. Keep this in mind for later. Then go to catalog, featured, and scroll until you see gear. Then click on it and search convertible. There you'll find 4 different cars that you can choose from. The navy convertible doesn't work, otherwise I would have used it. Instead, I chose the silver Speedstar convertible. Equip it, and then go to the pose editor where the sparkly button is. You can do any pose you want, but here's a quick speed up of me doing mine. Name your pose and then save it. This is the tricky part. In the chat, type /clone and then set your clone's avatar to whatever you want and then pose it in the car. Then type /clone again and put on the Adidas animation pack and type /sync all clones. But don't worry, I know a lot of people like myself don't have chat, and if that's the case, just pose your alt account in the car and then shake your screen in time to the beats like I'm doing on the screen. Open up Capcut. Once you do that, tap on aspect ratio and click the one that says 9:16, or the one with the TikTok symbol on it. Then resize it to your liking. Once you've done that, tap on your video and then click remove BG and then chroma key. Put the color picker on green and then adjust the intensity to your liking. I wouldn't make it too high because then your avatar kind of glitches. I completely forgot to mention to turn on in settings hide name tags, so that's why there's just my alt username there. The next step is to get your background. I just spawned into Berry Avenue and walked along the road to get this nice palm tree road and just some shops in the background, so that's what I used for mine. And then I reversed it and sped it up because it was going the wrong way. Anyways, once you've got your clip, resize it, put it on the main track, and then switch your car to the overlay. Now, my clip was too long and it was also too slow to be a car. So what I did was put it on 2x speed or something similar to that, and then it looked more like it was a car driving instead of me just walking along the Berry Avenue road. Anyways, next thing you're gonna do is record somebody else's edit, but I use mine obviously because
it's my one. It's just so cool.
And then that's gonna be your music, and it's gonna be perfectly in time because somebody else's used. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just perfectly in time. And also you can use it for inspiration and to like get the zoom-ins at the right part and stuff. But anyways, I was just making sure that my clip was in time. I just sharpened my quality, which you guys can do as well if you want to, but you don't have to. But yeah, the next thing we are going to be doing is making the car drive into the frame. So you're going to add 2 keyframes from when your inspiration clip does it. So like 1 keyframe at the very start of your clip, and then 1 a little bit afterwards, like when your inspiration clip's car comes in, or you can just do it whenever your car wants to come in, or rather when you want your car to come in. And then you're gonna just see how that looks. And then click on your overlay again, go to graphs, and then choose cubic ease, but you can also choose any other ease that you might want if you just for some reason don't like cubic ease. But for this clip, just to switch things up a little bit, I used circular ease. It's a lot of eases, but yeah, that's the one I ended up going with. So now we're gonna add a bit of a nice effect. Go to Effects, Video Effects, and then search Sun if it's not already there. But yeah, this is just to like give it a nice effect and to make the whole video look a bit nicer. So yeah. So now we're gonna add the first zoom in. So you're gonna put a keyframe where your inspiration video starts to zoom in, and then one where it finishes, like this. Then on the second keyframe, zoom your car in a little bit, and then check to see if it looks nice. If it doesn't, just adjust it until you like it. And then again, put cubic ease on it from the graphs. Try and see if it's in time with your inspiration clip. But yeah, then you're gonna add another keyframe where it starts to zoom out, and don't do anything to that keyframe. And add another keyframe where it stops zooming out. And then again, you're gonna put cubic ease on it. And I'm just like fixing my keyframes to my liking, as I like told you guys to do if you don't like it. But yeah, I'll be back with you guys once I'm done. Then you're gonna go back to graphs and add cubic ease or cubic out. It doesn't really matter which one this time. But add either of them to the keyframes. And then obviously check to see if you like how it looks. And ignore the Siri there, I don't know, it just kind of came on. Now we're going to add our car driving out of the frame. So what I did was like a bit different from the others. From the last keyframe of the last zoom in, I just like left it like that. I didn't like zoom it out at all. So like it kind of just slowly zoomed out into where the car would like get out of the screen. And then on the final keyframe, you're gonna just push your car completely out of the screen. And it's up to you how fast you want to make it go. If you want to make the car exit faster, then you can just give it more distance, so like push it further out the screen. But if you want it to go a bit slower, then you can just push it a bit like closer to the screen, but like where you can't see it, if that makes any sense at all. And then we're gonna add our lovely cubic out, which we've heard about a million times now from the graphs section. And then once you're happy with it, that's you finished. That was all for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe for more tutorials and videos like this. I hope your edit turned out well. Thanks for watching. Bye!